So, bakit yun? So, kung mapapansin nyo, di ba meron tayong 4 conductors per slot. So, ibig sabihin, pwede tayong makakuha ng number of conductors. So, sa pagpipilian ng ating or dun sa ating mga formula na given from our previous exam or from our previous discussion, so ang meron lang doon is either ito or itong kabila. Yan. So, since wala naman tayong voltage per conductor, so X na itong last formula. But, dito sa sinusundan na formula, so meron tayo ditong number of conductors, may flux per pole, may frequency, tapos yung KP, pwede naman natin siyang i-solve. So, ibig sabihin, itong formula yung pwede natin gamitin. So, gamitin natin yung formula yun. So, we have 2.22. We have Z, flux per pole, multiplied by frequency, multiplied by KP, KD. Okay. So, meron tayong number of conductors. Meron ba tayong number of yung Z?
Wala pa po.
Paano natin siya kukuhanin?
So, I hope na re-record mo po. So, sunod naman is yung sa negative sequence. So, sa negative sequence naman, so, i-re-review mo
Saan natin pwedeng kuhanin yung conductors?
Sir, tingin ko pa pwede pong i-times yung mga yung slot per pole times po doon sa yun? Conductor per slot over ng phase times po ng 2 pole, ng poles.
Okay. So, para makuha yung number of conductors, so di ba meron tayo ditong 4 conductors per slot. So, meron tayong 4 conductors per slot. So, multiply natin. Ang sabi dito, meron daw siyang 12 slots per pole. Makakancel na yung slot. Matitira na lang is conductor per pole. Tapos, yung pole natin, ilan daw yun? So, dapat yun 6 poles. Cancel din ang pole. So, matitira na lang is conductor. So, ilang conductors meron tayo? Ilang conductors?
288 po.
288 ba?
So, same pa din ang kanina divided by
So, we have 4 times 12 times 6.
Ngayon, pagdating naman sa
So, 288. Tama nga po.
Opo, sir.
288. Ito na ba yun? So, yan na ba yung sagot natin? So, 288 conductors ba yun? Ang final answers? Ang final answer natin?
Meron po yata per phase.
Okay. Yan. So, kasi since tayo ay naka-per phase basis dito, so kailangan yung ating conductor is also in per phase. So, divided by 3 phase pa yan. So, we have ilan?
96 conductor per phase po.
That is 96 conductors per phase. Okay, so next is, meron na tayong flux per pole, but our flux per pole is in Maxwell. So, ano muna natin na rin? Ano muna natin itong convert. So, paano natin ito i-convert? So, kailangan ng ating Weber. So, for every 1 Weber, you have ilang Maxwell. Anong conversion factor natin?
Kasi yan yung
1 times 10 to the 8 po.
So, 1 times 10 to the 8 Maxwell. So, ilang Weber itong 2.5 million Maxwell?
$2.5 po.
O 0.025?
0.0025 po.
Okay, 0.025 Weber. Okay, so okay na din ang ating flux per pole. May frequency na tayo. So how about Kp? To solve for our pitch factor, we have, so that is pitch. Pwede natin gamitin formula is pitch or sine of 90 degrees multiplied by the pitch, which is sine of 90 multiplied by, ang pitch natin is yung 5/6 kasi hindi na siya full pitch. So, ano yung ating Kp? Try kong view. What is sine of 90 times 5/6?
0.9659. Ilan decimal pa?
Sige, ibuhin mo na.
25, 82, 63.
63, okay. Then, for our KT naman, so na formula ng KT natin, we have sine of n beta over 2 divided by n sine of beta over 2. So, paano natin kukuhanin yung beta? So, beta is 180 divided by slots per pole. So, what's our slots per pole? That is
12 po.
12. Which is
15 po.
okay, so we have 15 degrees. Then yung ating N is slots per pole per phase. That is 12 divided by 3. So our N is 4. Tama ba? So we can now solve for the value of our KT. That is sine of N, which is 4 multiplied by 15 degrees divided by 2 all over 4 multiplied by sine of 15 degrees over 2. So what is our distribution factor, KD?
0.9576, 62, 19, 69.
621969. Okay. Now we can solve for the value of our phase voltage using our formula. So that is 2.22 multiplied by 16 na frequency times the number of conductors is 96 times the flux per pole na 0.025 multiplied by Kp, which is 0.9659 multiplied by Kd na 0.9576. So our phase voltage is equivalent to
95.73.
73
71 po pala, 7137.
37 volts. Okay.
9. Okay na
Sige,
ba
okay.
yan?
Bali 38.
About 38 po.
Okay. So yan. So this is now our phase voltage. And sabi daw, determine the open circuit EMF, meaning we are looking for the value of the line voltage. So meaning ito, para makuha natin ang E-line, so that is equal to square root of 3 ng A-phase. So kanina, so, diba, sabi natin din yan, ito, ang line is equal to the square root of 3 ng V-phase. So, dito, multiply pa natin siya ng square root of 3 multiplied by 295.7138, which will give us our line voltage equivalent to
512.1913
19.
po.
Okay. So, meron ng konting discrepancy, but okay lang yan. Okay. So, any questions?
Minimize yung production of time and of course ensure safety of the person. And then yung sensitivity naman, hindi dapat naman yung para yung person na mag-analyze yung company at this
Okay. Any questions?
Wala pa naman po.
Okay. So, for our last problem, yan. So, a 4-pole, 3-phase, 50 Hz, star connected AC generator has 24 stator slots. There are 6 conductors per slot and a sinusoidally distributed flux per pole of 63 milliweber. Find the terminal voltage on upper circuit if the coil span is unity. Yan. The answer is 579.44. So this is almost the same as the previous one. So star connected, meaning it ay, anong star connected?
convert the signals from the monitoring devices and the instructions.
Y po.
Okay, so Y connected din ito.
When the equipment
Yan. So ano yung mga given natin?
towards passive
For our given, we have 4 poles daw yan. Then ito daw ay 3-phase. Ang frequency natin ay 50 Hz. Then star connected. So this is Y connected ulit. Yan. Si generator having 24 slots. Then we have 6 conductors per slot. And flux per pole, which is 63 milliweber. Ang inaano sa atin is the terminal voltage, meaning we are asked to find the value of the line voltage. Ang atin daw coil span factor is 1 or unity. Yan. Ibig sabihin, ang pitch natin is 1. So, paano ulit natin kukuhanin yun? Magsimula ulit tayo. So, since parang katulad lang din naman yan ng kanina, per phase muna ang ating isolve. So, pwedeng 2.22. So, Z per phase, flux per pole, multiplied by frequency, times Kp times Kp. So, solving for the conductors per phase, we have 6 conductors per slot times, meron daw tayong 24 slots, divided by 3 phase. Kasi ang hinanod natin is per phase. So, conductors, slot. So, magiging conductor per phase. Ano yung value natin ng conductors?
48 po.
48 po.
Okay. So, ayan, 48 conductors per phase. Then, ang flux per pole, wala na tayong problema kasi naka-milliweber na yan. Ang frequency naman natin, naka-hertz na din. So, wala na din yung problema. So, Kp muna. So, ang Kp daw ay sine of 90 degrees multiplied by pitch. So, since ang ating daw pitch ay unity, so 1, that is sine of 90 degrees, which is 1 din. Tama?
Yes po.
Opo.
Okay.
Opo.
So, for Kd naman, that is sine of n beta over 2 divided by n sine of beta over 2. To solve for the value of beta, that is 180 degrees divided by slots per pole. That is 180 divided by ang slots per pole.
So, kapag nagkaroon ng pagkakataon na itong dalawang
So, anong slot natin ay 24
24 over
divided
4.
by 4, which is equivalent to
well, si B6 ay si B7 at saka si
ilang degrees ang ating.
B3 po. So, madali lang naman ma-identify.
30 po.
Okay.
So, in this, ano naman, second example, ito nagkaroon ng fall. So, ang primary
So, aray, 30. 30 degrees, tama ka?
Opo.
ang dalawa ay si B1 at si B2. So, ito ang pinag-grade. So, si B6 ang
Wait lang ha. May need lang ako i-check doon sa research.
So, yung primary po, so ito ang pinakamalapit si B2 at si B4. Ang backup po dyan, si B1, si B3, at saka ito si B5. Naiintindihan po?
Okay, so we have 30 degrees. Then, for our n, that is the slots per pole, per phase. So, we have 24 slots divided by 4 pole times 3 phase. That is
2 po.
2. Okay.
Ayan, so device number. So, again, sabi ko sa inyo, kasama sa exam, I try to fix natin. So, one of the oldest, I try to fix natin yung sticky so, madami yun.
So, we can now solve for the value of our KD. That is sine of n beta. So, 2 times 30 degrees divided by 2 all over 2 sine of 30 divided by 2. What is the value of our KD?
0.96, 59, 25, 82, 63.
Okay. And we can now solve for the value of our phase voltage. That is 2.22 multiplied by the number of conductors, which is 48, times the flux. So, anong flux natin? 63 milliweber. That is 63 times 10 to the negative 3 times frequency na 50 Hertz times 1 na for our pitch factor times 0.9659 for our distribution factor, giving us the value of our phase voltage equivalent to
324.
324.65.
22, 65.
Okay na yan. Volts. And since ang hinahanap natin is yung open circuit, so line voltage yun, so that is multiplied by square root of 3. So ang line voltage natin is equivalent now to
561.5768.
561. Tama ba yun? Parang layo dun sa sagot na nasa
561 po, sir.
561 nga. Ay siya, sige. Mali lang yung ating nailagay. Okay, so we have 561.5768 volts.
Ano naman yung
Okay, any questions po?
What are the typical data needed for modernization? Actually, sa inyong substation design, dapat nalakas ako yun. Ano nga ba yung mga kailangan natin? First, kailangan natin siyang
Okay. 561.5767712. Ano? To be exact.
So, yung purpose of protection, system calls.
Pa.
Okay.
And of course, we need to
So, any questions?
yung nakadesign natin baka naman yung taas na substation.
Okay ba po?
Sir, wait lang po. Nandun po. Okay na po, sir. Thank you po.
Sige. Okay.
Meron na dito ang O5 na Vina, panel po. Vina ang butlaw. Ako ba kasama na ito?
Okay, so that is for our three-phase alternator. So ngayon naman is, yung next topic natin is about motors naman. So for motors, we will be starting with introduction about motors, AC motors, and this will comprise of the single-phase AC motors and also the three-phase motors, particularly yung ating induction motor. So yung ating single-phase AC motor is the one I have given you as your task to make a report, and yung PowerPoint presentation natin, which is already sent by Ms. Agova. Tama? Nasend naman na yun sa akin last time. So, nasa akin na yung copy. So, kapag natapos natin yung discussion about AC, yung sa three-phase motor, tatalo muna tayo sa three-phase motor, then we will discuss or you will be reporting your specific task, yung inyong topic. Okay, so let's start with AC motors. Classification of AC motor. So with the almost universal adoption of AC system for distribution or system distribution for electric energy for light and power, the field of application of AC motor has widened considerably during the recent years. Napakarami ng application ng AC motors in our everyday activity. Napakadaming bagay, napakadaming appliances which utilizes or which uses such motors. Yung simpleng sa electric fan, yung sa mga blenders, blowers, yan, yung sa kahit sa mga pang-araw-araw natin mga appliances na ginagamit, meron pong motors na involved yan. So, AC motors yung mga yan, kasi syempre, kaya nga AC, so pinapagana siya ng alternating current. Kaya yung mga yan ay isinasaksak natin sa outlet which has a supply of 230 volts. So, di ba, makikita nyo naman dun sa mga bibili kayo ng appliance. Di ba, ang kanyang supply voltage is 230 to 250 volts. It's at 240, yan, depende na lang sa appliances. But, dapat nandoon siya sa range na yun. So yan yung ating mga AC motors. Some examples lang yun. So motors suitable for all classes of industrial drives and for both single and three-phase AC supply. So yung mga three-phase naman ng ating mga motors, ito yung mostly ginagamit sa mga industrial plants. Yan. So, ibig sabihin, mga pangmalakihang application na yan. Kasi ang nire-require niya talaga is three-phase. Yan. So, kung doon sa ating, ano tawag dito, kung yung sa ating normal na mga motors ay single phase naman, kailangan lang natin is yung supply lang mismo dun sa outlet ng ating mga bahay or yun, particularly sa mga bahay, sa school yan. Yung normal lang na outlet or supply. Pagdating sa 3-phase, yan, tatlo na yung supply niya. 3-phase na yan. So, hindi na basta-bastang gagana yung motor na yan. Kapag basta mo lang siya sinaksak dun sa ating ordinary outlet. May dedicated outlet yung sa mga AC motors natin. Yung sa mga 3-phase particularly sa AC motors. So this has given rise to bewildering multiplicity of types whose proper classifications are often offers considerable difficulty. And syempre, sa dinami-dami ng mga natin, tawag dito, ng mga available na mga motors sa market, mapa-AC man yan or DC, AC in terms of 3-phase or single-phase, napakadami mo na ngayon pagpipilian. Yan. And minsan hindi mo maintindihan kung dito. Hindi mo na maintindihan kung saan mo gagamitin. Yan. Although minsan, applicable naman mostly yung mga types ng mga motors natin for specific usage, but then, syempre, kung ano yung most suitable dun sa ating mga application, yun dapat yung iyong gamitin. Ano? So dito, motors can be classified and divided into various groups from the following different points of view. So ano yun? So, pwede siyang i-classify with regards to their principles of operation, tapos with regards to the type of current, and with regards to the speed. Yan. And lastly is as regards to their structural features. Yan.
Audio procedure. So, what are the procedures? So, first, syempre, i-determine mo yung we need to plot the values of time current now flowing vertical lines on some values. So, we need to determine what are the
So, una is with regards to the principle of operation. So, pwede daw makategorize ang ating motor into synchronous motor or asynchronous motor. And so, kapag sinabi natin synchronous motor, so under nun yung plain at saka super synchronous motor. Then, pag asynchronous naman, so nandiyan yung induction motor, then under nun yung squirrel cage, merong single at merong double squirrel cage. Then we have also slip ring, external resistance, we have series at saka yung single phase or universal. Then meron tayong compensated, inductively or conductively. Meron tayong shunt, merong simple at saka compensated, at saka repulsion. So straight or compensated, we have repulsion start, induction run, and repulsion induction motor. So itong mga to, yan, so may iba dito na napasama doon sa inyong reporting. So ito yung pinapa-report ko sa inyo or pinapa-aral ko sa inyo. But sabi ko nga, bibigyan ko din kayo ng tawag dito. Bibigyan ko din kayo ng notes with regards to single phase AC motors. Then as to type of the current, syempre meron tayong single phase, meron din tayong 3-phase. Then sa speed, meron tayong constant, kasi may mga applications na nangangailangan ng constant speed ng motor. Meron din namang variable, yung pwede mo, itong adjustable at saka yung variable almost the same yan. So yung variable, pwede mong pag-iba-ibahin, pwede mong pababain, pwede mong pataasin, depende sa speed na kailangan ng iyong depende sa kailangan ng application na or yung paggagamitan ng iyong motor. So yan yung sa variable at saka sa adjustable with regards to the speed. Then as regard to naman sa structural features, meron tayong open, may ventilated, may closed, pipe ventilated, semi-closed, at saka riveted frame. Ay, so yan po yung ating different classification ng motors. Yan. So jump muna tayo sa induction motor. Yan, kasi nga yung atin namang mga single phase motor ay inyong for reporting. Ano? Wait lang ha. Okay, so let's start with the induction motor. So, ganito po yung itsura ng ating induction motor. So, kapag tayo ay nag-face-to-face, doon nyo makikita yung itsura ng isang induction motor. Ano? So, doon na lang natin siya i-discuss in detail. So, as a general rule, conversion of electrical power to mechanical power takes place in the rotating part of an electric motor. Yan. So, di ba, since we are talking about motor, so yun ay, ang output natin should be, dito, mechanical output ng ating nakukuha. So, in AC motor, the rotor does not receive the electric power by conduction, but by induction. So, yan, tatandaan nyo yan. So, induction po yung ating, ang nangyayari. So, in exactly the same way as the secondary of the two-winding transformer receive its power from the primary. Ibig sabihin, walang direct contact yung ating rotor or yung ating rotating part dun sa ating hindi siya mismo kumbaga para kasi siyang transformer. So sa transformer, ganito yung itsura niya. So meron siyang dalawang core, tapos ito, yan. So by mutual inductance dito, so kapag may dumaang current diyan, so mayroon din dadaang current, pero di ba walang direct connection itong dalawa kasi hindi naman sila nakalink sa isa't isa. Kumbaga wala silang connection, wala silang tapping point. But due to the electromagnetism produced dito, yan, matatransfer yon through mutual induction dito sa second part. Ito kasi yung tinatawag na primary at secondary winding ating transformer. Ito ay sa transformer. Pero sa induction motor, ganun din naman yung kanyang principle. Mutual induction din. Wala silang direct. Yan. So, by mutual induction, kapag na-energize na ito, yung flux ngayon, or yung ating field dito na mabubuo is, yun naman yung mag-energize dito sa secondary part ng ating transformer. So, yan. So, yun po yung nangyayari. So, yung rotor natin, kumbaga, kahit umiikot siya, yung rotating part, kaya nga siya rotor, yung rotating part natin is not directly connected dun sa mismong mga stator natin, dun sa stator. So, by mutual induction lang yung kanyang sinusunod na principle. So, that is why such motor are known as induction motor. So, in fact, an induction motor can be treated as a rotating transformer. Yan. So, para na nga daw siyang isang transformer. So, in which the primary winding is stationary but the secondary is free to rotate. So, dito, yung stationary part natin is yung sa stator natin. So, kung matitingnan natin dito. Yan. So, diba ito? Yan. So, stationary siya. Tapos, yung rotor natin yun yung umiikot. Doon sa stator natin, doon nakakabit yung mga windings natin. So, kung makikita natin dito, di ba? Tapos, itong rotor natin, hindi siya na yung nagro-rotate. Then, so, of all the motors, the polyphase induction motor is one of which is extensively used in various kinds of industrial drive. So, yung polyphase, ibig sabihin, multi-phase yan. So, pwedeng 3-phase, yung ating mga motor. So, it has the following main advantages and also some disadvantages. Una, pag sinabi natin induction motor, so it has very simple and extremely rugged, almost unbreakable construction, specifically or especially yung squirrel cage type na generator. So, ano bang tsura ng squirrel cage? So, pag sinabi natin squirrel cage induction motor is ganito yung kanyang tsura. Yan. So, kita yung ating picture.
Kita po.
Okay. So, yan. So, ganito yung itsura niya. So, kung mapapansin nyo, di ba para siyang kulungan ng hamster or squirrel. Yan. So, yung parang, di ba, nakita na ba kayo ng daga na nakakulong, yung puting daga na naikot, yung pag nasa kulungan niya, yung may parang may rotating doon, yung nilalaro niya. So, parang ganito yung itsura niya. So, kaya siya tinawag na squirrel cage, yung kanyang construction. Para siyang kulungan ng sa squirrel or hamster or yung daga. So, ganyan po yung itsura ng squirrel cage natin, yung construction. So, yan daw ay almost unbreakable. So, napakatibay niyang type ng induction motor. And so, its cost is low and it's very reliable. It has sufficiently high efficiency. In normal running condition, no brushes or hands needed. So, wala tayong frictional losses or reduce yung frictional losses. And reasonable good power factor. Then, it requires minimum of maintenance. Hindi mo kailangan siya laging i-check. Then, requires minimum maintenance, start up from rest and needs no extra starting motor and has not to be synchronized. Its starting arrangement is simple, especially for squirrel cage type motor. So, ano naman yung disadvantage? So, its speed cannot be varied without sacrificing some efficiency. So, yun lang yung medyo downside nito. So, hindi mo pwedeng control or i-control yung or i-vary yung speed ng squirrel cage motor. Then, just like a DC shunt motor, its speed decreases with increase in load. So, kapag niloadan mo na, halimbawa, may kinabit ka na dun sa motor mo, ay considerably, bababa din yung kanyang speed. And its starting torque is somewhat inferior to that of the DC shunt motor. So, mas mas mababa yung starting torque niya compared dun sa mga DC shunt motor natin. Okay? So, with regards to the construction, so meron tayong two main parts of the induction motor, which are the stator and the rotor. So, yung stator natin of an induction motor, in principle, the same as that of the synchronous motor or generator, is made up of number of stamping which are slotted to receive the windings. So, yan. Nakakabit dito. So, diba sabi nga, stator natin, doon nakakabit yung mga windings natin. Unlike, diba, nung nag-discuss tayo ng DC generator, ang ating mga windings ay nasa rotor. Yun yung rotating part niya. Pero dito baliktad. Stationary ngayon yung ating winding. Nasa stator siya. So, this carry 3-phase winding and is fed from a 3-phase supply. So, ibig sabihin, yung winding niya ay tatluhan yun. Yung meron sa phase 1 or phase A, phase B, and phase C. Yan. Kaya mas marami siyang wire kung makikita nyo dito. So, mas makikita natin yun kapag nag-discuss tayo later on. Then, it is wound with definite number of poles. For the number of poles produced in the rotating field is 2n kasi nga sabi natin ay ang poles ay laging by pairs. Then, where n is the number of stators or slots per pole per phase. So, ito yung diniscuss natin doon sa distribution factor. Diba? So, yung ating n. Then, the exact number of poles being determined by the requirements of speed. Kasi ang speed natin ay nakadepende dun sa pole. Yan. So, ang speed natin is equal to 120 F over P. Yan. So, the greater the number of poles, the lesser the speed and vice versa. So pag dami daw ng poles, since ang poles natin ay nasa ilalim as our divisor, so mas mababa yung magiging speed or mas mabagal yung takbo ng ating motor. And when supplied with three-phase current, produce a magnetic flux which is of constant magnitude but which revolves or rotates at a synchronous speed. Kaya kung mapapansin niyo dito, ang notation ng ating speed is ns. Ibig sabihin yan ay synchronous speed. Then this revolving magnetic flux induces an EMF in the rotor by mutual induction. So, di ba, ito yung stator natin. Dito nasa loob nito yung ating rotor or yung ating rotating part. Yan. So, ano naman daw yung sa rotor? So, rotor, ang rotor naman natin, so squirrel cage rotor employing this type of motor is known as the squirrel cage induction motor. And the phase wound or wound rotor motor employing this type of rotor are variously known as phase wound motor or wound motor or as a slip ring motor. So, depending upon dun sa pagkakagawa ng ating motor or ng ating rotor, yan, so kagaya nito. So, ito yung squirrel cage. Yan, sabi ko kanina, para siyang yung bahay ng squirrel, yung bahay ng hamster. Yan, so, meron tayong laminated core, meron tayong copper bars. Tapos dito, sa wound rotor naman, laminated ang kanyang core din. Pero kung makita nyo, mas masinsin yung sa wound rotor kaysa dito. Tapos, ito may copper bars, ito wala. So, ganyan po yung itsura ng ating squirrel cage motor.
So, ano yung principle ng SLE natin? So, it is designed traction forward voltages of atmospheric origin and diverted parallel waves so as to limit the amplitude of this over voltage to a value that is not concerned with electrical installation and electric switch gear and control. So,
Then we have, yan. So, discuss natin further yung squirrel cage rotor. So, almost 90%. Yan. So, tingnan nyo kung gaano kalaki yung percentage nung ganitong type ng motor. 90%. So, ibig sabihin talagang maganda yung quality ng motor natin when we use a squirrel cage motor. So, because this type of motor is the simplest, most rugged construction imaginable and is, sabi nga kanina, almost indestructible. So, hindi kagaya ng sa ibang construction na kapag ka, halimbawa, during operation, kapag ka umiikot na siya, minsan nasisira talaga yung rotor natin kasi syempre naikot yung liga. So ito, almost indestructible. Pero sabi nga, almost lang naman. Hindi naman sinabing perfect siya talaga or hindi talaga siya masisira. So the rotor consists of a cylindrical laminated core with parallel slots for carrying the rotor conductors, which, it should be noted clearly, are not wires. Yan. But consist of heavy bars of copper, aluminum, or alloys. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo dito, yan, copper bars yung inilalagay sa kanya, hindi copper wires. Ano? Ang wire natin, ang winding natin ay nasa stator. Ito yun. Yan. So, yan. Ito yung mga windings natin. Nandiyan na yun sa ating stator. Ang nakalagay ngayon sa ating rotor are copper bars. Yan. So, copper bars na nakalagay sa kanya. Yan. So, take note of that. So, one bar is placed in each slot rather than the bars are inserted from the end when semi-closed slots are used. And the rotor bars are braced or electrically welded or bolted to two heavy or stout short-circuiting end rings, thus giving us so picturesquely called the squirrel cage construction. So, yan, nandito siya. So, pwedeng naka-bolt, pwede din naman siya daw ay welded. So, it should be noted that the rotor bars are permanently short-circuited on themselves. Hence, it is not possible to add any external resistance in series with the rotor circuit for starting purposes. So, tatandaan na permanently short-circuited daw kapag ang construction natin ng rotor ay squirrel cage. And the rotor slats are usually not quite parallel to the shaft but are purposefully given a slight skew. Kung mapapansin nyo dito, yan. So, di ba, hindi siya tuwid. Hindi siya parallel dun sa ating shaft. Yan. Kung mapapansin nyo yung drawing na inang ko kanina, saan ba yun? Yung picture. Yan. Di ba, yan. Slightly skewed siya. Hindi yan, hindi yan mali sa construction. Sadya siyang slightly skewed or nakapaling or nakaliko yung construction niya. Hindi siya parallel dito sa shaft. Kasi, di ba, kung titingnan mo, tagilid siya Ari yung shaft mo, ang construction ng iyong laminated bars na to or bolts ay yan. With a certain angle. So, yun na. So, sadya po siyang slightly skewed. Okay? So, this is useful in two ways. Una, it helps the motor or to make the motor run quietly by reducing the magnetic hump. So, ibig sabihin, kapag daw mas or hindi naka-parallel yung ating mga slats dun sa ating shaft, mas nare-reduce daw niya yung magnetic hump or yung maugong na tunog. So, kasi kapag pag parallel siya, kapag umikot, yung tendency ng air is to parang pumasok dun sa mismong slats niya and magkakaroon ng humming doon. Magkakaroon ng parang ugong. Yan. Unlike kapag medyo slightly nakaliko siya or nakapaling, so marireduce daw yung natin, yung magnetic hump. Tapos, it helps in reducing the locking tendency of the rotor, the tendency of the rotor tip to remain under the stator tip due to direct magnetic attraction between them. So, di ba kung halimbawa ito, yan. So, di ba meron siyang tip din Kapag nakaparallel din siya din yan, nakaparallel din yung mga slots natin din sa roto. Kapag yan ay umiikot, may tendency na mag-lock yan. Yan, magnetically lock. Kasi 'di ba, kung pantay sila, kung ari yung tip at ari yung slot, pwede siyang pumasok doon magnetically. So, pag ganun, masisira yung iyong motor. Yan. So, in small motors, another method of construction is used. It consists of placing the entire rotor core in a mold and casting all the bar ends in one piece. And the metal is commonly used is an aluminum alloy. And another form of rotor consists of a solid cylindrical or cylinder of steel without any conductor or slats at all. And the motor operation depends upon the production of eddy currents in the steel rotor. So, meron mga iba din na gumagamit ng yan ito, yung isang mold na lang, at meron din namang solid cylinder. Then we also have a phase wound rotor. So this type of rotor is provided with three-phase, double-layer distributed winding consisting of coils as used in alternator. So kagaya din sa alternator yung construction nito. Then the rotor is wound for as many poles as the number of stator poles and is always three-phase wound even when the stator is wound two-phase. Yan. So lagi daw three-phase yung kanyang stator, yung kanyang rotor kahit pa daw yung stator niya ay two-phase lamang. So, ano yung mga structure natin dito ng slip ring motor? Phase wound or slip ring motor. So, we have the frame made of close-grained alloy cast iron, the stator and rotor core. So, ito naman ay made out of low-loss silica or silicon steel lamination and flashed enamel on both sides. Then, stator and rotor windings have moisture-proof tropical insulation embodying mica, high-quality varnishes. So, yung mica natin ay insulator, are carefully spaced for most or cost-effective air circulation and are rigidly braced to withstand centrifugal forces in any short circuit stresses kasi umiikot yan. Then air gap, the stator rabbets and bore are machined carefully to ensure uniformity of air gap. So, di ba yung kung mapapansin nyo dito, ito, yan, may gap yung ating rotor. Hindi pwedeng saktong-saktong kasing size nitong ating hole na to or nung butas. Kasi pagka ganun, wala na siyang air gap, wala nang space for producing the magnetic flux. At saka, syempre, magdidikit na yan. So, kailangan laging may air gap doon. Laging kasama yung air gap. We also have the shafts and bearings, so ball and roller bearings are used to suit heavy-duty trouble-free running and for enhanced service life. Then fans, like aluminum fans, are used for adequate circulation of cooling air and are securely keyed into the rotor shaft. So meron tayong cooling system kasi habang umiikot yung ating induction motor, di yan ay umiinit din. Ano? So yan.
For example, in this type of the equipment is assembled to one metal to other substations that step down yes, and oil circulators and lightning arresters located just outside substation within which are yeah, so for substation location, so sites for substations are generally selected so that the stations are near as possible to the center of the distribution areas which they are intended to.
Okay.
So, syempre,
Then we have sleep. So in practice, so hindi ito yung pagtulog ha. Ibang spelling nito. Sleep is L-I-P. So in practice, the rotor never succeeds in catching up with the stator field. Yan. So although umiikot yung ating, di ba, yung rotor natin yung umiikot. As yung stator field natin, rotating magnetic field naman siya. Yan. So kasi yung ating mismong winding, stationary siya. Kasi di ba nakakabit lang yun dun sa ating stator. Sa ating, sa stator kasi siya yung stationary. Revolving yung ating rotor, pero yung at the same time, revolving din yung ating magnetic field. Ano? Okay, wait lang ha. Ako lang ay may meeting sa research. So, paki-wait lang ha. Hindi ko sure kung ari ay matatapos ng mabilis, pero ari naman ay parang 15 minutes. So, ano tayo dito sa sleep, ha? Ano muna ako.
So you need to tell what is the then you see to receive the review being attended so each one of these substations
Ay, papasok na Okay, pwede nang mag-leave muna. So, Miss Agoba, paki-inform na lang ako kung may possible ba tayo na time for Friday or Saturday or Sunday. Ano? Tapos paki-feedback ako within the day para ma-file ko yun as makeup class.
Sige po, sir. Noted po.
Tapos hindi yun, paki-ready na din ang inyong report kasi after natin mag-discuss nitong problems ng sa induction motor, diretso na yun ng reporting ng single phase AC motors. So yun na lang. Thank you. Sige class, pwede mag-leave.
Sige po.